So like in the locker room, I mean, obviously this sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely disappointing. Obviously, we like to still be playing, and that's the most fun is playing in the playoffs. So definitely frustrating and disappointing, but I think a lot of guys had great seasons and a lot to look forward to for next year. So.
Particularly you felt changed over the year from last year making the playoffs and this year just missing?
Obviously, with the coaching change, that's always difficult. But I think Kinger did a great job with us, and I think, like I said earlier, a lot of guys took some big steps this year, and it's always good to see. And so I think there's a lot of bright futures in there for sure. So.
No matter how easy or smooth the transition may be, it is tricky when you get a different voice in the locker room like that. Did that set you guys back this year? Again, no matter how great Kinger might have been, it's different.
I don't think it set us back at all, really. At the end of the day, it's just the players going out there, and obviously we didn't do enough to make the playoffs, and that's certainly disappointing. And I think this last month, was the most disappointing, and it seemed like we had it in our control, and we were in a good spot, and then, we went on a little skid there that hurt us and cost us our season. So that's definitely disappointing.
For you individually, this was year 3 of 3 for you in this organization. I mean, where did you feel like you were able to help make that next step, help push your teammates and be better? And where did you see yourself grow now having so much time in this organization?
Yeah, I feel like for myself, I took another step this year, and that's always the goal, is to improve every year. And I think I started out, obviously starting out in Chicago, I think I was kind of frustrating, being in and out of the lineup, and thought I could have done more up there. But, coming back down here and playing a lot, and I think I improved on the offensive part, producing more, and but I think I can still have strides to make, and I think I can get better in all areas. So.
It's kind of 2 jobs for the IceHogs, is to win in the AHL and get everybody ready for the NHL and develop. It's hard to tell right now. Obviously, didn't win enough in the AHL. Did they accomplish the Part B? Do you think there was enough development that went on here in this program to make it a successful year?
I think so. I think, like I talked about earlier, I think a lot of guys took some big steps, and some guys, it was their first year over here, coming over from Europe or college or whatever, and I think a lot of guys show that they can play in this league and could have a future in the NHL. So that's always good to see. And a lot like last year, we had a young group, and that can be difficult at times. But for the most part, I think a lot of guys stepped up and got better, and that's what you want to see out of a young group like this. So.
Obviously one of the bigger issues this year was just putting the puck in the net. Is that something that's still kind of ribbing at you guys? It's just league low in goals this year, and it's kind of hard. You had some weapons out there. It's hard to tell why.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. We had a lot of injuries this year too, and a lot of key guys out of the lineup for a good chunk of the season. So that makes it tough, and I've never seen anything like this. Like, I don't know how many guys we had out, but at one point I think it was 5 or 6 guys, and some of our top players. So that makes it tough, and I think if we had a healthy group for most of the year, it could have went different. But hey, that's part of the game, and I think the guys that were in the lineup did a pretty good job of stepping up for some of those guys. So.
It seems cyclic. Last year, I don't think you guys had too many injuries. This year, it caught up to you a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't think we had. We didn't really have too much of that. That wasn't really a problem for us last year. So, but like I said, that happens, and like I said, guys stepped up and did a great job. So.
What does the offseason hold for you? Get to go home, Grand Forks, maybe take some time off, but I believe a contract is up for negotiations as well. How much does that play into your focus and maybe your mindset in the offseason when you're trying to train for another year of hockey?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go home for a bit, probably take a little more time off than I usually do, get healthy and Had some nagging injuries throughout the year. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm back, and whatever happens, I'll be in Minnesota for most of the summer. But if I happen to come back, and probably spend a little time in Chicago too. But yeah, I hope to be back, and it's a great organization to be in. So yeah, I hope to be back. So.
Spend a lot of time in Chicago.
Yeah.